We created a WhatsApp group where we all people from Mumbai met, and from there we at least chose one of the roommate or two of the roommates. So basically, we were into a WhatsApp group in which there were 5 to 7 seniors along with all our my batchmates, and then they guided us that, for example, to give you an example, in Syracuse University, that you shouldn't choose Westcott Street less than 300 number. One more criteria while we employed for choosing was is the grocery store and bus stop nearby to where we live. In spring semester, there is a very dire issue of snowfall. So it's very important for you to position yourself in such a way that you are very close to the bus stop. Talking about expenses should be done within the first week or the first month of your living. The crucial things such as utilities and groceries should be talked beforehand and should be employed, that who is going to do on what basis. For example, few of my friends who are living in houses have an agreement that they will pay utilities in a common way, like divided by n number of roommates, but for groceries they will pay as what they use. Also, what we employed here was, whenever there is some common thing, each roommate will take a turn of paying whatever you want to pay. For example, suppose there is a utilities of electric bill, then not one person will have the strain of of paying the money. It will be go on rotational basis. Usually here average rent goes from $350 to $450 per month. The houses of $350 or $360, utilities was often excluded from the rent. So you can say around $350 to $370 rent per month without utilities, and then you can add in $15 to $70 per month for your utilities. And the books here are PDF or EPUB available by libraries. So you don't have any cost for books. You don't need to spend anything for your stationery such as pen, pencil, like basic whatever you bring from India, that's fine. You don't need to incur any extra cost. Similarly, even if there is some written assignment or some written, the professors and the faculty are geared up in such a way that if there is any written thing for you to submit on, the written materials are provided. So the college cost, it's not that much because all is covered mostly by the Syracuse University. The one major difference is, and like for me living in Mumbai, was you see a very less amount of people. For within like first to 2 weeks while I was doing orientation, I had pre-packaged food from India. So I didn't need to go to the groceries at my first time. For 2 weeks I managed by home food such as thepla and everything. So that was a major help. Around November, December, after that, the seasons and the weather fluctuate randomly, and you need to be prepared by around September, October by taking appropriate snowshoes, snow jackets. As soon as you get a credit card, a basic transition is there is no concept of PIN here. Apart from that, a little bit of different thing was tipping culture. You need to keep around 10 to 15% of tip irrespective of you eat. You eat whether like $5 thing or a $50 meal. That's usually a good practice. I suggest everyone come at least 7 days before your international orientation, because you see your house, you see what you need in order to gel up. Your transition is smooth, and you get to interact with the people before your class starts and you are segregated. Many universities have two different types of orientation for international students. One is international orientation and second is graduate orientation. In graduate orientation, every student is coming, and in international orientation, only like international students. In orientation, I find international orientation to be at least 50 to 60% effective. Many of the things which I didn't know, for example, opening a bank account, you came to know about the driving rules, that you do it left. You come to know about DPS. DPS basically peace safety corps of every university. You come to know what are the things an international student to be wary about. For my case, we came to know that there are legal services to bail you out if you get trouble with any lease agreement or with landlord or with anything in general. Second thing, coming to graduate orientation, there is usual lunch or like brunch followed between the first and second half, and in that brunch you get to meet your seniors, you get to meet your advisors, and you get to meet your professors, irrespective of whether you're taking their class or not, in an informal manner. And the second half talks about the courses offered. One thing, also, like at the end of the graduate reception, you get to meet your fellow graduate mentors. In managerial classes, I found there were a lot of Indians, around 70 to 80% of Indians only. And then there were some Americans or some from other nationalities. But in data class, there were 30 to 40% Indian and 30 to 40% or more Chinese students, and 10 to 20% about other nationalities and other citizens. There were around, you can say, 50 to 60% of the students having a good number of experience, ranging from few months to around having 4 to 5 years of experience. There were many programs happening simultaneously, and even if you couldn't get to all the programs, you do visit a significant number of programs in your span of 1 year or 2 years. In Syracuse University, there is a popular program known as OAD, Orange After Dark, which keeps programs at around 10 or 10:30 in the evening. It's usually fun activity. For example, there are movie nights, there are paint night, and many more such things. But just one thing, you need to manage your classes in such a way that you just don't focus apart from classes, you focus on classes as well.